Imagine walking into Costco with one simple goal: save money. You grab the oversized snacks, the family-sized frozen meals, and maybe a couple of pantry staples because, after all, it's Costco. Bigger means better, right? Not always. That's one of the biggest misconceptions shoppers have. While Costco has built its reputation on incredible value, not every grocery item is the bargain it appears to be. In fact, some of the warehouse's most popular products end up disappointing buyers because of hidden costs, misleading expectations, or simply better alternatives sitting a few aisles away. Today, we're counting down 7 Costco grocery buys that aren't worth your money, and then we'll reveal 3 hidden gems that experienced Costco shoppers swear by. Be sure to stick around until the end because our number 1 pick isn't just surprising, it might already be sitting in your kitchen. Number 7. Nature's Bakery Fig Bars. Nature's Bakery Fig Bars have become one of Costco's most recognizable snack purchases, and it's easy to understand why. The box is covered with words like whole grains, real fruit, and plant-based, making it look like the perfect healthy snack for busy families, students, and office workers. Toss a few into a lunchbox or backpack, and it feels like you've made a smart decision. But the reality isn't quite as wholesome as the packaging suggests. Despite the healthy image, these bars contain a surprising amount of added sugar, and because they're soft and easy to eat, many people end up eating 2 or 3 packs without even realizing how quickly the calories add up. That's not an accident. Food manufacturers know that soft textures disappear faster in your mouth, making your brain feel less satisfied than it would with a more filling snack. The result is a product that feels healthy but often behaves more like a dessert than a nutritious energy bar. That's not to say they're bad, they're perfectly fine as an occasional treat, but when you compare them with Costco's higher protein or lower sugar snack options, they simply don't offer the same value. The biggest lesson here is that attractive packaging often does more work than the ingredients themselves. And speaking of products that promise one experience but deliver another, the next item has become one of Costco's freezer aisle favorites despite leaving many shoppers underwhelmed after the first meal. Number 6. Kevin's Natural Foods Entrees. Kevin's Natural Foods entrees look like the answer to every busy family's dinner problem. The packaging highlights clean ingredients, high protein, gluten-free recipes, and quick preparation times, making them seem like a healthier alternative to traditional frozen meals. On paper, they check every box. The promise is simple: restaurant-quality food in just a few minutes with almost no effort. Unfortunately, expectations are exactly where these meals begin to struggle. Because the meats are already fully cooked, reheating them can leave chicken slightly dry or steak a bit tougher than expected, even when prepared exactly as instructed. The sauces are flavorful enough to make a good first impression, but many shoppers say they become repetitive after just a few bites, making every variety taste more similar than different. This is a classic example of expectation inflation. When premium packaging tells your brain to expect a restaurant-quality experience, anything less feels disappointing, even if the meal itself isn't bad. Kevin's meals are convenient, and convenience certainly has value, but they're often priced high enough that many shoppers expect something truly exceptional. Instead, they receive a meal that's simply decent. Convenience is important, but only when the flavor justifies the price. And that brings us to another Costco favorite that seems like a guaranteed bargain until you look a little closer. Number 5. Kirkland Signature Organic Peanut Butter. Kirkland Signature products have earned a loyal following over the years, which is exactly why this next item surprises so many shoppers. Kirkland Organic Peanut Butter checks almost every nutritional box people look for. It contains just organic peanuts and salt, with no added sugars, hydrogenated oils, or artificial ingredients. That's exactly what natural peanut butter should be. The problem begins the moment you twist off the lid. Like most natural peanut butters, the oil separates from the peanuts, leaving a thick layer of oil floating on top. While that's completely normal and actually a sign that there are no unnecessary stabilizers inside, mixing everything back together can be frustrating. One wrong stir can leave oil spilling over the edge while the peanut butter at the bottom stays stubbornly solid. Even after mixing, the oil often separates again after a few days. For some people, that's a small inconvenience. For others, it's enough to stop buying it altogether. Then there's the question of value. Natural peanut butter has become much more common in grocery stores, and many supermarkets regularly discount similar products, making Costco's oversized 2-pack less of a bargain than many shoppers assume. If your household doesn't go through peanut butter quickly, those large jars may also lose freshness before they're finished. It's a perfect reminder that buying in bulk only saves money if you actually use everything you buy. Bigger isn't automatically better, and a lower price per ounce means very little if part of the product ends up sitting forgotten in the pantry. As we move into the top 4, the surprises only get bigger, because next we're talking about a Costco staple that millions of people drink every single morning without realizing they're sacrificing more than they think. Number 4. Kirkland Signature Coffee Pods. For millions of Costco shoppers, coffee is a simple purchase. If it helps you survive the morning, it feels like a win. That's why Kirkland Signature Coffee Pods are such an easy item to throw into the cart. You see the giant box, you calculate the price per cup, and your brain immediately says, "I'm saving money." And in many ways, that logic makes sense. Compared to buying smaller packs at regular grocery stores, the cost looks impressive. But coffee is different from many other pantry items because freshness plays a huge role in flavor. Coffee doesn't just sit there unchanged after roasting. Over time, the aroma fades, the flavors become less noticeable, and the experience slowly declines. For households that drink coffee every day, the bulk size may work perfectly. But for occasional coffee drinkers, that massive box can become a long-term commitment to a flavor that isn't as enjoyable months later. There's also the taste factor. Many coffee enthusiasts describe Kirkland's standard coffee pods as reliable but not extraordinary. They're not terrible, but they often lack the complexity and freshness found in some specialty brands. This difference becomes much more obvious for people who drink their coffee black. If you're adding cream, sugar, or flavored syrups, the difference might barely matter. But for someone who pays attention to subtle flavors, the cheaper option isn't always the better experience. There's also an interesting psychological factor at play. Brand reputation influences how we perceive taste. When shoppers trust a label like Kirkland, that's why familiar brands are so powerful. They create confidence before the first sip. The lesson here isn't that Kirkland coffee is bad. It's that the best value isn't always the lowest price per unit. Sometimes the better purchase is the one that gives you a better experience every single morning. Buying coffee in bulk only makes sense if you're still excited about the final cup, not just the first one. And speaking of bulk purchases, the next item proves that convenience can sometimes come with a hidden downside. Number 3. Pre-shredded cheese multipacks. Costco's cheese section is almost impossible to ignore. Giant bags of shredded cheddar, mozzarella, and Mexican blends sit proudly in refrigerated displays, tempting no grating. No mess. No extra preparation. Just open the bag and start cooking. For busy families, it sounds like the perfect shortcut. But there's a reason many serious home cooks still prefer buying blocks of cheese and shredding them themselves. Pre-shredded cheese isn't just cheese. Manufacturers add ingredients like cellulose or starches. These additives are completely normal and safe, but they can slightly change how the cheese melts. If you've ever wondered why homemade cheese sauce feels smoother or why restaurant pizza has that incredible stretch while your home version doesn't quite match it, this is often part of the reason. Then there's the freshness issue. A massive Costco bag can take weeks for a small household to finish. Every time the bag is opened, air enters, and over time the texture and flavor slowly decline. Eventually, many people reach the bottom of the bag and realize they are forcing themselves to use cheese that no longer tastes as good as it did when it was first opened. This is where Costco's bulk strategy can work against shoppers. The package looks like a better deal because you're getting more, but more isn't always valuable if the product quality decreases before you finish it. Consumer psychology plays a major role here. People naturally value convenience, even when the actual time saved is minimal. Spending 1 minute shredding cheese feels like a major inconvenience compared to simply opening a bag. But that small effort can result in better flavor, better texture, and often better value. The takeaway is simple. Convenience is useful, but sometimes the old-fashioned way still wins. And now we're getting closer to the biggest surprises on this list because the next item is one of Costco's most numbered 2 Costco bakery muffins. There are few places in Costco more dangerous than the bakery section. The smell alone is enough to change shopping plans. Fresh bread, cookies, pastries, and those famous oversized muffins seem to pull customers in like a magnet. The muffins especially have become a Costco icon. Blueberry, chocolate, coffee cake, and other flavors sit in huge packages that feel like an incredible deal compared, and that's exactly why people buy them. The expectation is simple: premium bakery quality at a fraction of the cost. But the problem isn't taste. Costco muffins are generally soft, flavorful, and enjoyable. The real issue is the size and quantity. These aren't normal muffins. They're massive. For many people, one muffin contains far more calories and sugar than they realize because the portion looks like this is called portion distortion. When a large serving becomes normal, people stop questioning the amount they're eating. Restaurants use this strategy all the time, and warehouses. Then there's the freshness problem. The first muffin usually disappears quickly because everyone is excited about the purchase. But the remaining muffins sit around for days. That's where the deal starts losing its value. A bargain only works when you actually enjoy everything you purchased. Buying 12 giant muffins for a great price doesn't save money if half of them become an afterthought. This is one of Costco's biggest lessons. The best deal isn't always the largest package. It's the package size that matches your lifestyle. And now we've reached the final stretch. In the next part, we'll reveal the number 1 Costco grocery buy that may surprise you, followed by 3. If there's one thing Costco does better than almost anyone, it's convenience. The warehouse understands that modern shoppers are busy. People want meals that are fast, simple, and require almost no effort. That's why Costco's prepared salad kits are so popular. You walk in after a long day, pick up a container, and dinner feels solved. No chopping, no cooking, no messy kitchen. But that convenience comes with a hidden cost, which is why this item takes the number 1 spot. The problem isn't that these salads taste bad. Many shoppers actually enjoy them. The issue is value. When you look at what's inside, you're often paying extra for preparation rather than ingredients. Costco's famous rotisserie chicken, fresh vegetables, and salad toppings are already available in the warehouse. Buying them separately can often give you more food, fresher ingredients, and multiple meals for a similar price. There's also the freshness factor. Prepared salads have a short window where they taste their best. Over time, lettuce loses its crunch, toppings soften, and the meal becomes more about convenience than quality. This is the convenience premium. You're not just paying for food, you're paying for someone else doing the work. And for busy families or people with limited time, that can be worth it. But if your goal is maximum value, making it yourself is usually the smarter choice. The takeaway: Convenience is valuable, but don't overpay for something you can easily make better yourself. Hidden gem number 3: Kirkland Signature Extra Virgin Olive Oil. After looking at products that may not offer the best value, let's talk about Costco items that truly deserve attention. Kirkland Signature Extra Virgin Olive Oil is one of those products many shoppers overlook. It may not be exciting, but quality matters when it comes to everyday kitchen essentials. Many people assume expensive olive oil is always better, but Costco has built a reputation for offering reliable quality at a much lower price. Its biggest advantage is versatility. It works for cooking, salad dressings, pasta, roasting vegetables, and everyday meals. Instead of buying several specialty oils, one bottle can handle most kitchen needs. The takeaway: the best Costco deals aren't always flashy, they're the products you use again and again. Hidden gem number 2: Rao's Homemade Marinara Sauce. A great pasta sauce is harder to find than most people think. Many jarred sauces rely on extra sugar or artificial flavors to create taste. Rao's stands out because of its simple ingredients, rich flavor, and homemade style texture. At regular stores, it can feel expensive. But Costco's multi-packs make it much more affordable, turning a premium product into an everyday option. And the value doesn't stop at pasta. You can use it for pizza, lasagna, chicken parmesan, and quick homemade meals. The takeaway: the best grocery products don't just taste good, they help you create more meals at home. Hidden gem number 1: Kirkland Signature Wild Sockeye Salmon. The final hidden gem may not look exciting in the freezer aisle, but it's one of Costco's smartest purchases. Many shoppers believe fresh seafood is always better than frozen, but that's not always true. Frozen seafood allows you to keep it longer and use only what you need. Kirkland's Wild Sockeye Salmon makes meal planning simple. The portions are convenient, the flavor is excellent, and it provides a high-quality source of protein and omega-3s. This is what Costco does best, not just selling bigger packages, but selling products that actually improve your everyday routine. The takeaway: the smartest bulk purchases are the ones that save money, save time, and make you want to buy them again. Final thoughts: after looking through these Costco products, one thing becomes clear. Costco isn't the problem. Shopping without a plan is. The warehouse is designed to make everything feel like a great deal: bigger packages, lower prices, and familiar brands. But the biggest package isn't always the best value. Before buying, ask yourself 3 questions. Will I actually use all of this? Will it stay fresh long enough? And is it really cheaper than another option? Because Costco isn't about buying more. It's about buying better. The products that disappoint usually aren't bad products, they just don't fit your lifestyle. And the hidden gems are the ones that quietly deliver value every single time. Now it's your turn. What's one Costco product you absolutely love? And what's one item you bought once but never purchased again? Share your answer in the comments. Your recommendation might help another shopper find their next favorite product. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more grocery breakdowns, shopping secrets, and money-saving tips. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.